Arsenal upset Barcelona for first Champions League title in 18 years. Lisbon, Portugal. Arsenal pulled off a shock 1-0 victory over title holders Barcelona in the UEFA Women's Champions League final to lift their first European trophy in 18 years. Substitute Stina Blackstenius netted the only goal of the evening in the 74th minute after a reworked cross fell to Beth Mead, who threaded it through Barcelona's defense for the Swedish striker. The Gunners struggled to have their chances. They had the ball in the back of the net early after an Irene Paredes own goal. However, Frida Menon was adjourned offside in the build-up. Arsenal last won the Champions League in 2007, which was also the last time they featured in the final. With this win, Arsenal became the first English team to win multiple Champions League titles. Barcelona, who were uncharacteristically poor in their final third, were aiming for a third consecutive trophy after defeating Lyon and Wolves in past two seasons. The defeat also marked the end of the quadruple hopes. Arsenal, 18 years wait for European trophy is finally over. Arsenal agonizing 18 years wait to reach the Champions League final came to the best possible end in Lisbon, lifting the coveted Champions League trophy. It was only their second appearance in the final, the longest time between final appearances in the history of the competition. But despite the almost 2 decades absent, Arsenal triumphed against the ranked best team in Europe, foiling their attempt at 3 consecutive continental titles. The last time Arsenal won the competition was in 2006-2007 season, while it was still unknown as the UEFA Women's Cup. They also became quadruple winners that season, the first and only in English history. Arsenal did not walk away with domestic trophies this season. They were all won by Chelsea, making the European triumph even more of a shock. Arsenal were undeniably underdogs heading into the evening in Lisbon against a team who are adept at winning. But the lack of pressure and nothing to lose attitude paid dividends for the North London club. It was also a bumpy road for the Gunners. They eased past qualifiers before a 5-2 loss to Bayern Munich, followed by 2-1 loss to Chelsea in the league, saw the exit of former manager Jonas Edelval. But under successive Rennes-Legers, the team topped the group, overturned a 2-0 deficit to Real Madrid in the first leg of the quarterfinal with a 3-0 win, and defeated Lyon 4-1 in the second leg after initial 2-1 loss. Though Barcelona had an easier ride to the final, breezing past Chelsea 8-2 on aggregate, the grit, resilience and determination that Arsenal displayed aided their mentality that they could pull off the shock win. A new winner ushers in a more thrilling Champions League era. Arsenal's win breathed new life into the Champions League ahead of its revamp next season. For the first time since 2015, when Eintracht Frankfurt lifted the trophy, a team other than Lyon or Barcelona has won the competition. It could signal a new era in the women's game in Europe. No one fancied Arsenal at the start of the campaign when they were involved in qualifying rounds in the group stage. No one thought they would beat Lyon in the semi-final, especially after losing the first leg in London. They were massive underdogs against Barcelona in Lisbon too. In writing a new chapter in club's history, they give hope to the rest of the team who have been forced to play second fiddle to Lyon and Barcelona for a decade. If Arsenal can do it, surely English champions Chelsea can. Real Madrid, who beat Barca earlier this season for the first time in Liga F, will also take hope from the Gunners' win, as will the German team Bayern Munich and Wolfsburg. It creates a fascinating dynamics ahead of next season, when the competition will be shaking up. Instead of a group stage, the Swiss model will be adopted, as was used in Men's Champions League this season, in which 18 teams take part in a league phase. Thanks to Arsenal, many of those 18 teams may now be thinking, why not? Barcelona can't deliver in final third. Barcelona had more shots, 20-8 of Arsenal, and a possession of 68% than Arsenal, but rarely troubled Daven van Demslee in goal. In fact, prior to the match winner, it was Katako who had made the best saves. The Barcelona stopper kept out Manum's first half strike brilliantly and then denied Alessio Russo's after the break. Tana Bomati was perhaps the only attacking player who turned up. Caroline Graham-Hansen struggled to create from the right. Alexia Putellas was unable to pick up the pace of the game when it was needed, and Ewa Paju who lost her fifth final, having lost 4 previously with Wolfsburg, did not have an impact. Coach Pera Riomio's big decision didn't come off. Claudia Pina has been so good off the bench this season, but she started here. You can understand Romeo's thinking. Pina is the top striker in the competition, but she had been taken off for Salma Paraliulu when Barca desperately needed a goal late on. A braver substitution would have been to take Petulas off and leave Pina on. Elsewhere, Romeo went for Fridolina Rolfo experience over the energy of Esmer Brutus, who have often been the pick-off at left back. I have questions to answer now. Graham-Hansen spoke to ESPN in the week about the criticism of team being too much at times this season. Defeat to Man City, Levante and Real Madrid has raised doubts, but the way they dispatched Wolfsburg and Chelsea has silenced them. They will resurface with this defeat. No one is saying Barca are still the best team in Europe. They will likely end the season with a domestic treble again. They have already won Liga F and Spanish Supercopa and still have the Copa del Rey final to come, and they narrowly missed out on the Champions League, but it doesn't feel like they are at a critical junction in terms of planning for the future. As they attempted to rally in Lisbon, they lacked a spark waiting in the wings. They have young stars like Pina, Pirelli, Brut, Vicky Lopez and Cinda Piestelievs screaming out for more starting roles. In front of them are club's legends, but there also come a time when changes is needed. Barca don't need a revolution, but there is need for evolution this summer with some difficult questions needing answers. On behalf of the management team of Avoncola Services, we want to thank you for taking our time to watch this episode. We hope to see you in subsequent episode. It is goodbye from us for now. Thanks. At Avoncola's production, copyright Avoncola's Services. It's your sport analyst Achebulu Join David saying goodbye for now.